Nityanandam, welcome back to Facebook Live, and I'm glad to see you and be with you guys once again. And one of the things I'd like to share today is what Swamiji shared today in a session that we had with all innovating graduates, a reunion basically. And one of the key takeaways I felt was really applicable and be really applicable to you guys out there as well is how often do we have matured conversations with ourselves? Not simple conversations or casual, but matured conversations. Now, it can start off with, for example, what do I want to do in life? Or what do I want out of life? Or what's the purpose of my life? And when we start really sitting down with ourselves to understand what do we want from life, it is only then that you find answers to it. And it's only then that you have clarity about what you want to do in life. Now, I'll share a little story about myself, and hopefully that sheds light to where this conversation will take us through. Um, I was offered, I've been working around the globe in various locations, and I've also been on various pilgrimages around India, especially because I kind of find certain locations they resonate the energy so well. I've been to places like Banaras, Kolkata, and even lately Madurai, and I yearn to sit down in all these temples for hours, and I just sit and sit just to have a glimpse of the ultimate, just to have the glimpse of the experience, just to have a glimpse of that space, that divine space, the cosmic space. And in doing all that, many a times I get restless because I'm looking for the ultimate. And in all these pilgrimages that I go for, I just have a glimpse of it. I don't get the ultimate. And what happened lately was I was offered a job in another foreign country, and at the same time, I was offered to come here to to be an Adinavasi in the Adinam here itself. And when I and it just came at the same time, and I didn't know which one to pick because here I was halfway through a job in another country where was really looking forward to work in. At the same time, this thing came about coming to stay in the Adinam. I didn't know what to do. I was very pulled apart, and I was actually very resentful, I wasn't very drawn to coming to be here or stay here for that matter. And I was actually looking forward for another role out there, another job out there. But what I realized was when I really asked myself, what do you want out of life? And then I just got the answer, and the answer was enlightenment. So if I wanted enlightenment, the obvious decision was to come here because by just being in the breathing space of Swamiji, by just being in his physical presence, the transmission happens between the master and the disciple. And that is very essential, especially for the higher level transmissions, for the higher level and power transmissions, especially uh, when it's towards enlightenment, the higher energy transmissions require both the disciple and the teacher and the guru to be at the physical plane, and is being in their physical presence basically. And I had very little choice to myself because on one hand I wanted enlightenment, on one hand I wanted a job, and it was not going to go hand in hand. So I took the call and said, well, let's do it. This is exactly what you've been looking for all this time, so let's do it. So I called up the company who was going to hire me, and I told them I'm going to India for an indefinite period, so I'll not be able to take the job. And I started to wrap things up, selling off stuff that I didn't need, or I don't think I probably need. A lot of stuff, like just I was selling them off, and I was also selling up my apartment because I didn't want to have something back home, which is I would require myself to manage it. So when all that happened, there were so many other things that were happening to make me decide otherwise. For example, I had friends who told me like, why are you taking this path? There could be other possibilities of options for enlightenment. Why this? But for me, the minute I decide about something, I don't move back. The minute I decide this is what I want and this is how it's going to be, I don't look back, and I don't decide otherwise. and and that's what sometimes I like about myself is that when I decide something, I decide no matter what pressure comes around me, I will still stick to what I want to do, and it's actually a blessing. So thank you, Swamiji, for this beautiful gift. that persistence that keeps me going. And ultimately, there were a lot of distractions that were pulling me to not come here, to not come and be in the breathing space. There was a lot of things happening in the Maya metrics. All I could do was just sit and not respond or react to Maya, but just whenever there was an obstacle, I just knew I had to remove it and work around it or find a solution for it, but just move forward. And finally, when I finally reached here, I breathed a sigh of, I was just relieved because I knew I was really in Kailash itself. And it's been no looking back since I came here. Just after a month I was here, I was initiated into the Sannyas Sampradaya, and that's the best thing again. Being a sannyasi is the best thing you can do for yourself. Uh, Swamiji shared something very beautiful today, and he said, if you are initiated to sannyas, if I'm giving you sannyas, it's like giving you the best of myself to you because that's the best thing for him as well. So I'm thankful for it. It's a beautiful experience to be a sannyasi in Swamiji's Sampradaya. More of it in my videos where I've shared about my life here being a sannyasi. But what I really want to share is here making a mature decision in your life, making a mature intention in your life. It's more about what you want. It's very simple. The minute you decide what you want, just work around it, and there's nothing that will stop you. So the same applies to each and every one of you out there. If you want to come for Mahasadashivoham, all you have to do is sit down and ask yourself, what do you want to do? Do you want to come for Mahasadashivoham, or you want to just continue with your normal lives where you probably experience very limited breakthroughs? And ask yourself, and if the answer is yes, I want to go for MSS, then okay, how do I get there? What are my obstacles? Okay, let's work around it. If it's wealth, just have the strong intention that you want to be here and you want to experience a conscious breakthrough and experience a super conscious breakthrough. Automatically you will see things just happening for you because you have created the space for a possibility happening in your life. For all you know, you may just get a call from someone offering you a loan, or a call you from the bank who is offering you a personal loan or a credit card extension, or a top up on your limits, or anything for that matter can happen. Because everything is possible out there. Do not limit yourself in saying that I do not have money so I can't come. It's like telling I don't have money so I can't go to the doctors although I'm sick. It's like telling I'm hungry, I can't eat because I have no food. I have no money to buy food. I'm hungry but I can't eat. So those are not mature conclusions that we give ourselves. They're very lame. If you really want something in life, be that individual who goes all out to get what you want, and you will find what you want. It is only those people who are persistent in lives that eventually find what they want. And Swamiji keeps telling us it is will persistence, and will persistence. It applies to all aspects of our life, be it in our jobs, in health, wealth, relationships, careers, spirituality, everything. It's all about being persistent in what you want. And even in Mahasadashivoham, just be persistent that you want to be here. You want to experience what Swamiji is giving to you. Put aside all the obstacles you have. The minute you decide you want to be here from the depth, all the obstacles in front of you will just fade and you will be here. But the first step has to come from yourself. That only means when you take the first step, it only means that yes, I'm committed, I want to come for it, and this is what I'm going to do about it. For example, in my case, when I decided that I wanted to come here, I took all steps to come here. I mean, I was selling all my stuff, I was speaking to people, I was selling all my property, I was doing all kinds of stuff to get myself here. Ultimately, I did get here. So all obstacles will melt, but only when you take actions towards it. So think for yourself, be matured enough to decide what you want in life. Be matured enough to understand that Mahasadashivoham is the ultimate gift that Swamiji is giving to each and every one of you today. Something that you have been waiting for a very long time and is now coming to you. So let us not go back into our comfort zones and start saying that because I do not have this, I'm not coming, because I don't have wealth, so I'm not coming, and no, maybe I'll just come next year. All this kind of stuff which your mind tells you to do. And let me tell you, at some point, you may feel cheated because your mind is actually overpowering you to tell you what to do. It should be the other way around, where you tell your mind what you want it to do. You should be strong enough to even say, this is what I want to do, and this is what I'm going to do. When you make that strong decision in yourself, you'll experience a strong breakthrough where you feel that you're back in power. How many of you out there feel that you're powerful? I'm sure not many of you feel that because you feel that either you're controlled by people or controlled by your mind. How many of you can tell me that yes, I feel so much in control of my life, I decide how I run my life? If that's the case, then yes, you are one of those very strong willed ones, and you are very strong in the persistence to be getting what you want. But well, the majority of us will probably say, I just go with the flow. If the conditions are not in my favor, I just leave it. That's not the way it is. If you want something, regardless of what the condition is, you are going to get what you want. Regardless of the circumstance you are in, you are going to go all out to get what you want. That is called will persistence. If everything is in your favor, well and fine, but if it's not, you got to be extra persistent to get where you want. Because if you do not get where you want to be, then what's the very purpose of life? The very purpose of life is to achieve what you want in life. And if you're not able to do it, something is definitely wrong, something is definitely not right, because it's either you've been conditioned by things around you or people around you, or your mind is overpowering you. So please drop your minds and start feeling and thinking with your hearts and your beings, because Mahasadashivoham is for your being. It is not for your mind, it is for your being. It is for your being to explore and experience the superconscious breakthrough that Swamiji is blessing all of you with. Then after Mahasadashivoham, you'll be experiencing so much more that they are beyond words. So please come and experience this beautiful happening in December. Be matured enough to think for yourself that all it takes for you to be here is a simple decision, a simple yes, and that's all that's required. So lots of blessings to each and every one of you who are yet to manifest this will persistence. Lots of blessings to each and every one of you. You will manifest will persistence. You will be here for MSS. Just be strong about your intentions and you will be here. With this, blessings and Nityanandam.